Good morning, welcome to my channel. This is You Too Can Be Great. Okay, so I'm gonna do this short and sweet because I tried to ignore that foolishness argument interview that, or was in a meeting, a conversation that Saweetie and Too Short did. Now, I've always been a fan of Too Short as far as his music goes because that should be bumping up in the club. But during this little meeting that he did, or conversation he had, interview, whatever the hell it was that he had with Saweetie, he was talking about biracial women. And you can see the discomfort in Saweetie's face while he's talking to her. It almost seemed like, because Saweetie's very, she's a beautiful girl. It almost seemed like he may have had the delusion in his head that when he's sitting up here saying shit like, well, I've never fallen in love with a non-biracial woman, or a woman that's not beautiful, that's not mixed with something, that he's complimenting her. And then I know that Saweetie, somebody in her comments has said something stupid to her regarding dark-skinned women, and so regarding light-skinned women. And Saweetie responded with one of the most respectful response and the right saying that I would actually commend her for, because she said, bitch, she didn't call the person bitch, but I added bitch to it because it made more sense. But she said, bitch, I have dark-skinned people in my family that raised me and are absolutely beautiful. Black women are not, it's not shocking. Essentially, it's not shocking for you to see a dark-skinned woman. Dark women were beautiful naturally. Now, I consider myself to be a dark woman and in that category. I don't consider myself to be a victim of anything. I have had certain disrespectful ass comments that people tell me, where I've had somebody tell me, I'm not usually attracted to dark-skinned women, but you're very beautiful. Or they'll tell me something like, well, I don't normally like Africans, but you're different. Or on the other side, I've had African Americans tell me, well, I don't usually go for black girls, but you're not really African American, you're African, so that makes you different. And in their head, I think that they have this society and media, social media, and a lot of rap music who are out here bashing people and saying light skin, right skin, all that shit, has given them the impression that they're validating us by telling us something like that, as if, you're the exception to the rule. You're dark, but you just happen to have a different look to yourself, that you're dark, but you're pretty. So, you fit my criteria of what beauty is supposed to be. Now I'm looking at Instagram and I'm going through the shade room, and TMZ has Too Short issuing a pathetic little apology where he's saying that, he's from the Bay Area, in California, and in the Bay Area, this doesn't matter to them. I said, that's bullshit. Bay Area is very diverse racially, okay? It's very diverse racially. So for you to live in that type of environment and fix your mouth to say something so ignorant, that is not an excuse. He then says something like, well, I apologize if my words offended people. Your words are definitely going to offend people because you're the dark-skinned black man that some of us go out there and march for, to stop any kind of brutality or any kind of injustice that would happen to you as a black man in this country. We're the ones defending your ass, and you're the ones speaking about all of us, both light and dark. Because I know some light-skinned women that if they heard that bullshit where he said, I've never fallen in love with anybody not black, they wouldn't take that as a compliment. And I've heard some dark women that be like, what the fuck are you trying to say? The problem I have with people, because people are like, well, it's just a preference. So if it's a preference, why do you care? There's a preference and there's exclusion. You're excluding specific people. And we see a lot of celebrities, when they make it, a lot of these basketball players, a lot of these football players, black, a lot of these golf players, Tiger Woods, when they make it, their trophy almost is to seek the white people as their wife. It's almost like that's the trophy they earned for making a lot of money. You make all this money and then you go for, this is what this is another trophy. You know what I'm saying? And you'll see comments online, about, people saying, hey, a lot of black men like to go for this and stuff like that. That's fine if that's what you want. But when you choose that side and then you go about and disrespect other people on your side, that's called self-hate. It's like somebody saying something like, well, I prefer to be around straight people, but fuck non-straight people. If you prefer to be around straight people, why didn't you just say that? I prefer to be around straight people. Why do you have to now down non-straight people? Do you have to have a preference and then insult the other people that are not? It's a double negative what you're saying. It's like, and I don't know whether he was saying that and comprehending the words that were coming out of his mouth as he was elaborating that. But I'm like, there's some people that would look at this conversation and think, wow, This is the dumbest shit I've ever heard. And Too Short has made a lot of music where he's talking about light skin, you know, just like the whole, you know, the light skin, right skin. When I was in high school, that was a huge thing. I got made fun of, I got teased, I got told go back to the motherland, I got told that I was dark as hell, I got told that, you know, you couldn't see me in the dark unless I smiled and you see my teeth. I heard it all. And this was happening by other dark-skinned men. They were the ones that were making fun of me more than the females. But they're the ones that we always go out of our way to go and protect. And when it's time to protect the black women, y'all fuck up. So for me, when he did that shit and came over here and had to apologize, I was just like, you can keep your apology, motherfucker. I don't want it. Just like I don't want your little bald-headed ass. You ain't cute. As the way that you look, as bald as you are, as unattractive as you are, you have the audacity to denounce it that you have a preference. Boy, you better take what you can get. Now I have a man, a beautiful one at that, and I'm pregnant with his baby, so I'm not worried about getting somebody who's fine. My husband just happened to be light-skinned. I didn't aim for that. It just happened to be who I fell for. Because I've dated men of all races, of all whatever, Hispanics. I've dated, you know, whites. I've dated Arabic, you know, all these different things. I don't really care for that. It's just that's who I fell in love with. But you have specifically excluded everybody else and said that this is your preference. And while you're saying this is your preference, you're now glorifying it and in a way down, you know, demeaning others. This is the same shit that I see some celebrities like 50 Cent does that shit. I know Chris Brown used to rap, you know, sing about that shit. I know a gang of rappers, they used to think it was cool to say shit like that. And with kids listening to that, they learn to self-hate on their own people, forgetting the fact that they mama, they over here talking about, I like biracial people and mixed people, but your mama ain't mixed. The woman who gave birth to you is not mixed. She was full black when she had your ass, and she'll be full black when she dies. So how the fuck can you fix your mouth and say that that's what your preference is? It just sounds so stupid and ignorant, and it's been an issue all the way back. Like I said, I hate to use slavery as an example. There was the field slave and there was the house slaves. Those who were closer to the white complexion were given preferential treatment and got lesser, harsher jobs. Those people who were on the darker hue got the one in the sun, got the one outside where they could just sit up there and pick cotton and were treated a certain way. That mentality has now transcended generations to where now you got one group who thinks that they're better and other groups who think they're not. Plus, I done met some light-skinned women who really thought they were cute because they were light-skinned too. They dead ass try to say that shit to me. I'm light-skinned and I got good hair, so I gotta get him. I said, bitch, you are hideous as hell. Just because your hair is fine and because your skin is light and two shades from being white, you think you're cute. I'm looking at your features. Your nose is busted. Your eyes looks too close together. Your lips, the top one is disappearing. And your teeth, one of them is going south, the other one is going north. Like, how do you fancy yourself being attractive because of your skin complexion and your hair? I mean, I didn't see some stupid ass shit. Okay, so I also had somebody actually tell me a few years back, I had a crush on this dude, and she was another brown skinned girl, and she wanted him, and she was talking to his siblings in the house, and his siblings told her, you know, he's not the type of person to date black girls. He doesn't date black girls. And the girl was like, well, he likes her, as in he likes me. And his family was like, yeah, but she's different. And I had to think about that. I was the exception to his rule, because till this day, he still don't date black girls. I was the only dark one in his group that he actually dared to even give that much attention to. He'll sleep with dark girls, but he doesn't fall in love with them, whatever. He's more so into people who are of different cultures. And I told him one day, I said, you don't like yourself because you don't like people who look like your mama. You chase people who don't. He's like, that's not true. I love black women. I said, no, you don't. And I had to basically put a mirror in his face, like, no, you don't. Let's just be honest, because that's not what you date. You don't even try to give him a chance. That's not what you want to be. Maybe you don't want your kid to come out dark. That's why you do what you do. You hate yourself. But that particular girl, then, when I met her face to face after having heard all the stuff that were said, she was like, so what are you? I said, I am 15% love, 5% water, 20%, full of life, spunky. I was giving her all this breakdown on what my personality is by percentage. She goes, no, what are you? I said, a human being, females of the female species, human of the human species. I was just giving her all the ignorant ass answers I could give her. She finally said, no, what are you mixed with? I said, nothing. African and African. She was like, well, we all from the motherland, girl. That's not what I mean. I said, no, heifer, I'm Nigerian. Both your parents are Nigerian? Yes, girl. Full-blooded? Yes, girl. I'm straight full-blooded Nigerians. I'm as black as it gets. And I'm very happy to be as black as I am. Okay? So be proud. And then she's like, well, I thought you were mixed with Indian or something. I said, why? Why? And she's like, because your features, you know, you got your nose is pointy and stuff, you know. And I was just listening to her and I was just like, the American school system then fucked us over. This is some bullshit. But Too Short kind of, I feel like his interview fed into all that stereotypes, all that negativity. And it's okay to have your preferences, because some people are online talking about, it's his preferences. When do you got to apologize for liking light-skinned people? I said, bitch, it's not that he likes light-skinned people. It's if he's talking bad about dark-skinned ones in the process. If you're making it seem like you can't fall in love with I've never fallen in love with anybody that's not mixed. Well, bitch, we don't want your ass either. Not like we want you, but be careful what comes out your mouth, because you don't know who the fuck is listening to it when you're supposed to be a celebrity. Well, hell, I would say he's an E-list celebrity. He's not even up to, you know, but I'm just saying, either way, if you're going to fix your mouth on TMZ and say some shit like that, you better say something that's intellectually sound. Okay? Anyway, you guys have seen the interview. Some of you who saw it, go look it up online, and then go look at his piss poor ass apology and let me know what you think. Okay?